That is A1 shipyard, just there. That's the entrance to it. And just there is Rhodes Marina. We got up at about 6 this morning, got everything prepped and ready. Got a haul out this morning. We're due in at 10:30. There's another boat before us, so we're just hanging out outside in this bay waiting for our slot. But that's the marina that we've come out of, and we're just going backwards and forwards up and down this bay until our time is ready to go into the slip and be lifted out. That's 10:30, so we've got about 40 minutes to wait. We are from London. Where are you from, boss?
From Greece. I used to stay in Liverpool.
Liverpool? Never mind. Now Liverpool's alright. You got a wonderful shipyard.
Huh?
Beautiful. Your shipyard is lovely. Is the quality of the work good? The quality of the work is good, yeah? Because this is my baby. This is my baby. It's my wife.
Your wife knows about it?
Yeah, no, she doesn't.
Give me. It's okay, David. Give me this.
How does he know your name's David? Because I called you David. Right, we are in, ready for our lift out.
Stop, Captain,
Stop!
stop.
Hold on, let me bring the back. Back's coming over, Dave. What a lovely shipyard.
Oh, there. Oh, good. Okay.
Look at that shipyard, beautiful. Well, that has got to be the biggest lift in the world. That is a monster lift.
I said to him, I've switched all the radios off and that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Covered all the things up. The B&Gs.
Oh, you put all the covers on the... Oh, well done, Dave.
Yeah.
Lovely, mate.
And the radio downstairs as well.
So this crane lifts 600 tonnes and we are about 17, maybe 18 tonnes at a push. That's overkill. You can see just how big these wheels are by the guy standing next to them. There are 16 wheels on this thing, 600 tonnes it can lift. That is mad. And that is only about 17 tonne. These are all the straps that they use. I think this boat is waiting for the next lift out. And now it can just simply rotate the wheels and go sideways. So we're waiting for them to chock her up, and then they're going to put a ladder on the back so we can get back on board and get anything that we need. And then she will be in this yard, A1 shipyard in Rhodes, for 2 months whilst they get on and get her ready when we start to sail in June. So it's March the 17th today. We're hoping to get her back around about the 15th of May. So she'll be here, as I say, for 2 months. There's a load of stuff to do to her. Real big service this year. Some minor alterations are having done, some extras put on. I've just had to go down to the harbour master and customs and sign some declarations so that we don't have to pay VAT, because she's a yacht in transit, and the VAT out here I think is 24%, and 24% on top of what's already going to be done is a lot of a saving. So it's worth going through it and doing it all properly. It's a little bit of a palaver with the paperwork, but so far it's not been too difficult. There you go, a haul out. It's windy here today, but they are getting on with. They've rubbed all the holes down. They started to rub down the propellers.
We didn't stand a chance, did we?
And then what they'll do is they take these props off, change the seals in the back. But we only dropped her out the water the day before yesterday. We come today to get some documents we needed, and they've already rubbed her down. Good start.
When I call her up to say I'm in town, I get a notion that we both walk the same ground. Been traveling all over, searching far and away for a sign to lead me straight. We walk together down the streets of our home. It's been forever, a long time that I've been gone. The feelings come easy as we start a new day, and I know what I should say. let the counters fall. Baby, the only thing that matters is that my love for you never dies.
So after 7 months of preparations, including a haul out and sitting in A1 shipyard for 3 months, having anti-foul and anodes and engine serviced and quite a few other bits, the sails were down, serviced and replaced. The sail bag had a few repairs. We are waiting for the front cover of that sail bag to come. It's got to be altered, so I shall take that back to the sail loft tomorrow. It's only got 10 minutes work to do on it. She's had a good wash today. So yeah, hopefully she is ready. This week we've got 2 lots of guests coming out. Following week 3 lots of guests. So we will take the month of July, sail her around Rhodes, maybe over to a couple of the local Greek islands, make sure that everything is working correctly. All the running rigging's been changed, including the furler. We done that yesterday. We've changed the main halyard. We've changed the reefing lines and reduced her from a 3 reefing sail down to 2. We've changed the topping lift. We've changed the jib halyard. As I say, the sails have been down, serviced, washed, checked for any necessary repairs that might want doing. She should hopefully be ready. We've had some customization. We've had handles put on the swim ladder so it's easier to get out. We've had the steps widened and replaced with much nicer steps because they used to hurt your feet. The davit system, we've had these extra bars put on the side and 2 extra bars in the middle so it doesn't twist as badly when you lower the tender. Not that I think it was ever going to snap, but it's just more rigid. And one of the biggest jobs were the shelves either side of the boom, so the lazy bag sits squarely when the sail drops and it doesn't quite fall over the sides. You can actually see that the sail is sitting quite square, and we haven't even done the sail bag up. That sail bag's fully open whilst I wait for the front cover to be repaired or altered. Wow. So we will need to check things like the engines are working correctly with no saltwater leaks or oil leaks. The sail drives that have had new seals in will need to be checked. The only thing we might need to change is the 2 engine batteries. I'm going to start her up tomorrow, leave her running for 3 or 4 hours and see if the 2 batteries that are located in each of the engine bays, which only do the job of starting the engines, make sure they come back to life. If not, we will replace 2 batteries, and that is it. This boat hopefully is ready for an 8,000 mile passage out of the Mediterranean down the west coast of Africa, down to Cape Verde, and then from Cape Verde over the Atlantic to St Martin's, and then from St Martin's down to, I think the minimum is Trinidad, but the insurance company might want us to go further south, and the next place after Trinidad is Suriname, which is well outside of the hurricane zone for next year. But we've got a minimum of 8,000 miles to do. So the reason why I've spent so much time in Rhodes over the last 7 months prepping this boat is because she needs to be right to go across the Atlantic. Me and David will sail her from Rhodes, leaving around the 3rd of August, 4th of August, taking us 6 weeks to get to Gibraltar via Malta, Tunisia and Morocco. We will pick Lee up, our buddy in Gibraltar, and then from there, after resting in Gibraltar for a couple of days and taking on some more provisions, we will head back over to Morocco, around the west coast of Africa, maybe go out to the Canaries and then down to Cape Verde. We may stop in Senegal, we may stop in Gambia, but it's unlikely, and malaria is quite bad there as well. and then across to St Martin's. In total, me and David will be on this boat about 10.5 months this year, and we will do more miles than we've actually done in the last 3 years, bringing it from the UK out to Rhodes. So it's one hell of a passage. So I think I've got the boat ready. There's nothing else I think of I need to do. We've also got personal refurbs in case any of us go overboard. I've made the ditch bag new this year, replaced everything in the ditch bag. Life rafts on the back, fully working. Yeah, I think we've got everything we need. So the boat's right, the crew I'm sure are right. None of us have done an ocean crossing before, so there's a lot to think about, a lot to do. I'm currently studying some of the chart work, well ahead of the game, with all the different distances. So just working out things like this, all the different distances from Rhodes to Crete, Crete to Malta, Malta to Tunis, Tunis to Spain, opposite Gibraltar, and then over to Gibraltar, and then down the west coast of Africa. And I've kindly finished the mileage chart up until Mendelos. I've then got to do from Mendelos over to St Martin, which I know is about 2,200 nautical miles. So for me and David to get from here to Gibraltar to pick up Lee, we've got 2,750 nautical miles to do over about a 6-7 week passage. So if you work it as 20 days, that's 138 nautical miles a day. That is massive. So 6 weeks, there's going to be at least 40 days, so we can half that. And there will be sometimes when we're at sea for 6 days, for example, leaving Crete and going over to Malta, where we're at sea for 24 hours for 6 days. We'll make some of that up. Beautiful day here in Rhodes. Hopefully we're ready to go.